DJs have a lot of familiar skills that are required in the production world. But when they go to produce, they have to relearn like a whole new language. So we wanted to sort of reuse those skills they have so that when they open up the software, they can just hit the ground running and start making beats.
Initially it was like, hey, how can we recreate that DJ environment where you just go to your library, you load up a sample, you chop it up, and you can actually record that and make some music out of it.
We have a lot of DJs. Many of them have expressed an interest in music production. They've tried other applications and they've always found it's too hard to kind of get going.
We all had this vision of creating something that we wish we had when we were starting out.
We spent a good year or so before we even started development just researching and asking our DJs what's stopping you from getting into production. And the response was usually the same, so lack of time, steep learning curve.
A lot of products have a bit of a high barrier to entry, where a studio you can just kind of jump on, plug in your controller and just sort of have a play, just sort of have a jam.
One of the things that's really shown through with testing and with people that love Serato Studio so far is the key matching and key shifting.
Part of the really nice thing about it is that it's more based around pitch and time. So you've got like this really, really high quality sound stretching algorithm. So everything just kind of snaps into place and sounds really, really nice.
We've intentionally stripped away all the things you don't need to try and deliver a product that is extremely powerful without being overwhelming.
It starts from the basic layout, which is 2 decks and your library. So even from the very basic design of the software, it's designed to be something that a DJ is familiar with.
On the left is like where you'll load the sample up, or the drum kit, or the instrument. And on the right is where you would actually sequence it, or paint it in or play it in.
One of our founding principles is that we want to do all of the nasty legwork so that as soon as you sit down to use it, you're straight into that creative flow.
You don't need to spend a few days learning, reading manuals. You make a beat, you have fun with it.
When you throw an instrument in, it'll snap to the key of the project. All the bass notes will just fit the sample. If you change the key of the sample, the other samples will change with it.
You can run VSTs if you're an experienced producer. You can add your plugins, your instruments of choice, and then you can export it as stems if you want to continue and use it in another program later to extend it. My favorite thing in Serato Studio is probably just the overall speed of getting something down. So I've been making music myself for quite a long time, but this by far is the fastest that I've found to get an idea out.
People would say, after 10 minutes I've made more successful music than I've made, after hours of bashing away in other pieces of software.
And launching something like this is a really big deal for Serato. For a long time we've been known as DJ software, despite having that pitch and time background. So in some ways it's like coming right back around full circle.
Now we're in beta, we are looking for people to let us know what they think.
What you like, what you don't like. Don't be afraid to give us feedback.
It's the way we do things at Serato. Everything has to be customer driven. It's the only way to make things that we know people are going to love because they've helped us design it.
We really want to kind of foster this community of producers and just shape it with our customers.
I wish I had this when I was starting out.